Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be having a look at the Necromunda Open Hive War card pack. You may have already seen the video I did going through the core rulebook, where I did an overview of everything included, and we also had a look at the core gang tactics cards, but now it's time to go through the Open Hive War card pack, which has got 50 cards in it, considerably more than the gang tactics cards. And cheaper too. It's odd how they price this. $9.50 for Open Hive War, $13.50 for the Gang Tactics cards. They're the same size, 110mm by 75mm. But you've got a lot more cards in there, so it's very random. Now, unfortunately, they sold out super fast online. But hopefully you got hold of a pack, or maybe you can get a copy of them from somewhere. And I did say I'd cover them in a video, so here we go. And the mat you'll see I'm using here is a great mat for Necromunda. And this was supplied quite a while ago by Warzone Studio. Big thanks to them for sending this out, and I'll put a link down below so you can have a look at what they do. But let's get started having a look through the Open Hive War card pack. And here you can see the packaging's on brand, as usual, with Necromunda. And on the back it tells you there's 50 cards. You get 2 Hive War instruction cards, 12 deployment cards, 12 objectives, 12 loots, and 12 peril cards. And you're going to use these alongside the core rulebook. I didn't get hold of the card sleeves. I wasn't going to buy those. I think they could be often priced quite high. They were $7.50 for 50 of them though, which isn't too bad. They weren't priced that expensive, to be fair, but they sold out so fast. I mean, I went on at what, 20 past 10 in the morning, and they were gone. But here we go. Here's all the cards, and you can see you've got the 2 instruction cards, and then it's then broken up into 4 sections. So you've got your deployment cards. There'll be 12 of those. You've got your Hive War objective cards. Then there's the Hive War loot cards, and then finally you'll have the Hive War peril cards. So that's going to give you the 4 sections and the 2, giving you all the instructions on how to use them. I'll go through the whole process in a moment, but let's just have a quick look at the using the Hive War cards card. And so it shows you the card draw, how to draw them, the deployment card, and the objective card information. And then on the back you've got how to control the objectives, what to do with the loot cards, and what to do with the peril cards. Then you've got another card telling you how to set up the battle. So you've got the battlefield set up, your crews, and it talks about the different ways to do that with the battlefield sizes, gang tactics, and then on the back it's got deployment, reinforcements, and sneak attacks. Okay, let's go through the process then so we can see all of this in action. And the first thing we need to do is to divide the cards into decks: deployment, objective, loot, and perils. Then we're going to grab our deployment deck, give that a good shuffle, and we're going to select 1 card, and we'll put that face up so both players can see it. And here you can see we've randomly chosen Dome Rush, which is sneak attack. Next, we'll give the objective deck a shuffle, and then we'll just randomly select one of those, again face up so both players can see it. And for the objective, I'll just grab this one off the top, which is going to be Critter Hunt. Then we do the same for the perils deck, give that a good old shuffle, take one of those, and we've got Radioactive Rain, again face up for both players to see. And finally we'll shuffle the loot deck, and then each player will draw a loot card, but they'll keep it secret from their opponent, so keep that face down or away from your opponent. Let's have a close-up look at these cards then. So you can see here we've got the 2 different zones clearly marked out in red and green for defender and attacker. For your objectives, it gives you all the information about the objective, how to win the battle, and what rewards you'll get for winning it. So very clear, everything in one place, which is really nice. And then on the Hive War perils, you can see here that it's got a condition that's going to apply during the battle. In this case, it's the Radioactive Rain. For this, all weapons gain the Radphage weapon trait. Then we've got the loot cards. Let's have a look at these just so you can see what they look like. So it shows you how to score the loot there. In the end phase of any round, your gang will score the loot card if at least 3 enemy fighters have been taken out of action with a coup de grace, simple action. And it tells you then how much you'll get as your reward. And so each kind of loot is going to be a little bit different. There'll be different conditions to achieve, and so a nice fun way to add a little bit extra to the different battles and get some extra credits too. You're going to be using these cards in conjunction with the book. So here it tells you in the battlefield setup, you need to go to the core rulebook, and then on page 185 of this new book, you'll find the information there for the battlefield setup. Then you've got the crews, and the different battlefield size will depend on how you're going to select your crews, and that's going to be on page 190 again of the core book. You can see here in the scenario rules, choose your crew, random or custom, and that matches the details on the card. Then you've got your gang tactics. Both players will choose 2 gang tactics, and if one player's rating's at least 100 credits lower, then they can get an additional tactic, and you can select them from the book or using the core gang tactics cards themselves. Then on the back you can see there's deployment, and so it's got the information there on how to deploy. So you don't have to go in the book for that part, but then for reinforcements, you can see on page 191, you've got the information you need there. And then finally for sneak attacks at the bottom of that card, you just flip the page over, and then on page 192, you're going to find the information there. Hopefully better laid out than the previous version, giving it much more clear instructions on what to do for those sneak attacks and sentry rules. There you go, that's an overview of the cards and how they worked. I hope you found this helpful. I really like these, I'm really glad I got them. I think the price was really reasonable at £9.50, even paying the full price from Games Workshop directly. But a bit of a shame that they sold out so fast, but hopefully you can still get hold of a copy, maybe from a Games Workshop store near you. A massive thank you to all my sponsors and supporters for helping me keep going with these daily videos, and a shout out to Master of Miniatures who make these awesome models. Here's the fungal tree ant that I've got in my Blood Bowl team. There's some fantastic models there, great for Age of Sigmar, Dungeons and Dragons, Warcry, all different types of games, so I highly recommend going to check it out. I'll put a link in the description down below that will take you right to their website, where you can have a look at their massive catalogue of models. They're fantastic quality, they even come primed as well, so that saves that extra bit of time for you when they arrive. You can get painting straight away, and I really like how they promote their partner sculptors as well. A big thanks to Master of Miniatures, and massive thank you to you as well for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and it gave you a good insight into how these cards are going to work. Hopefully you can get hold of a copy, maybe even a PDF somewhere, I don't know, but it would be great if you can, because they really are going to add to the game, I think. If you'd like to watch that video where I go through an overview of the core rulebook, I'll link to it at the end of this video so you can find it really easily, and you can still get hold of this at least as an EPUB document from Games Workshop, so it's still available in a digital version, and maybe at your friendly local game store they may have a copy or two, so you could get hold of it, hopefully, because it is a really good book and a great way of combining rules from all over the place in Necromunda, putting it all into one book. You're still going to need some other books for your specific gangs, but at least all the core rules are in one place now, and it includes Ash Waste rules as well. I'll also put a link to another video I've made about Moonstone, fantastic game that I'm really into at the moment, and I've got some exciting news to share with you tomorrow about that. Can't wait to let you know what's happening with that, so look out tomorrow for some news on Moonstone. But in the meantime, it would be fantastic if you have a look at the 2-player starter set unboxing I've done, where I go through all the contents of this box, which has got everything you need to start playing the game. Thanks again for watching the video. Hope you liked it. It'd be awesome to hear your thoughts on these cards. Did you manage to get hold of a pack? Would you have liked to get them? And what do you think of them so far from what you've seen here in the video? It'd be great to hear your thoughts. But thanks again for watching. Look out for more Necromunda content coming really soon. But for now, it'd be great if you hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Game. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.